Mafia.
It's Monica,
Martia,
and Sharnice, and this is our first girl talk.
I'm so excited because
We are excited about this.
we have a lot of girl talks, especially I know me and Shar have a lot of deep conversations, and now it's kind of like we get to share it, and y'all can see like the realness and like how deep it really get, and how we just pick each other brains.
Yeah, and this one is about toxic relationships, which we all know. Everyone, not just girls, a lot of people go through toxic relationships, but it don't get talked about or broadcast enough, so we can go through it together and get all that pain and hurt and emotions out and put them out on the table.
Yeah.
right. And I think we should talk about maybe resources, like how to move on from a toxic relationship,
Yeah.
how to better yourself from a toxic relationship, because all that starts within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like that's hard getting, like what you just said, getting over a toxic relationship. That got to be the hardest process that any female can really go to, because, and then like, especially if, say she worked on herself and now she in a healthy relationship. But obviously you're still going to have some toxic traits because you was in a toxic relationship. So it's like, I feel like the hardest transition also is coming from a toxic relationship and then moving to a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
But I think that comes back to communication with your significant other. He has to know, he or she, but for us, he has to know like what you went through, understand it, and figure out ways y'all can help each other. So those traits and problems won't get brought back up.
And I feel like you gotta go through that time span where you can't jump into a relationship until you personally deal with the toxic traits that you brought from that relationship and deal with what that other person did to you. You can't just move right on, because when did you have time to process what happened to you?
Forgiveness.
Because forgiveness is for yourself, not for the other person. So you gotta have that time where you, if you move on too quickly.
I just love when you talk. You just be saying some good stuff. That's all.
And if you move on too quickly, you can damage the other person. Even if you communicate, you can damage that person because they trying to carry your baggage and they self, because you didn't get that time to deal with it yourself.
Right. So I have a question. When y'all was when or if y'all ever been in a toxic relationship or heard it from other people, how did that make y'all feel? Like, did y'all feel suffocated? Did y'all feel like maybe we can work through it, we can just keep going? Like, what was your experience?
I guess my toxic relationship was basically the talking stage forever. And it was really toxic. So how I felt was just like, this person just want to drag me along with them along their ride, and I'm never going to get nothing in return. So I just felt like, am I not worth this person taking me to the next level with them? Am I not worth the person treating me right? But often I had to find my own worth and decide, is he worth me, basically?
Right. I was just about to say, I feel like before you even jump into a relationship within yourself, you have to know your worth. If you do not know your worth,
anything can happen.
Yes.
Anything can happen. Whatever he say, do, you're going to allow it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know your worth. Like I said, you're going to fall for anything if you do not know your worth. And I would say for me, like my first year of college, I didn't. Like when somebody would ask me, do you know your worth, And I was like, do I know my worth? Like, what does that even mean? I really not know what that meant. Like, I just wanted a dude that knew how to make me laugh because I'm silly. And that's pretty much it. If you know how to make me laugh, you had me. But now, like, you got to do more to make me laugh. I got to depend on you. I got to just, like, really just rely on you. You got to know how to communicate. We got to pick each other brains about certain things. You got to be fighting for something, working on something. You got to be... I just need a whole lot more now. But that's only because I went through a toxic relationship, and now I'm saying this.
Right. And sometimes being in a toxic relationship, not even knowing you're in a toxic relationship, I feel like that's hard too. Like, you just thinking this is the norm. Like, he just acting like this because, I don't know, it's just a bad day. But
then, some girls can get confused because it's like, when do they know that they are in it?
Yeah. Right?
Because you might realize that you're in it when it's way too deep and you can't get out of it.
And every person is different, so somebody's toxic relationship could be totally different from the one that you're going through. And I feel like you're not going to know if it's toxic or not if you don't ultimately know your worth. Like, you're not going to know what you're not going to accept. Like, somebody verbally abusing you. You're not going to know that if you don't know that you don't like to be verbally abused. You don't like somebody putting their hands on you. You don't like somebody talking down to you. You know, you don't want anybody cheating on you. You want to be the only person. You got to know your worth to see toxic traits. Like, oh, no, I'm not standing for that.
And what you going to put up with.
Yes.
You can't just be putting up with just any and everything. No.
I would say for your question, how I felt like being in a toxic relationship, you said?
Yeah. How you felt?
That's hard because I feel like at first, like, I didn't know it was toxic until I was telling people what was going on. And I seen facial expressions.
I feel like tears gonna get shed on this little topic.
Like, you know, I seen facial expressions, and I was telling them just one thing, and they started crying for me. And then like me hearing myself, hearing what I'm saying, it was like coming out my mouth but going into my ears, and I was like, wow, like this is really happening. Like I feel like I'm living in a movie, but. Honestly, at first it was like, I could be his doctor. I can help him.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you got the guy that's begging you to stay, like, I need you.
Yeah.
And y'all been rocking for so long, and he all you know. So, I feel like it's just, I thought I could be his doctor, honestly.
And you can, it's nothing wrong with trying to help your significant other, trying to come up with resources for your significant other, but you cannot play doctor. Especially if the person not willing to, you know, go for the help.
Oh, yes.
Or willing to do certain things. And toxic relationships definitely mess up your mental.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I think that's just that's really a whole nother topic.
Toxic relationships break who you are down, and you got to rebuild from scratch.
And it's hard to oh my God, it's so hard to rebuild who you are.
Most definitely.
Because you're trying to figure out, dang, like, why didn't he want me? Or what was the problem?
I ain't thinking it's you.
Did I do something wrong?
But once you rebuild yourself, it's like,
can't nobody break you.
It's like nobody can break you.
You something else.
Because you did that. Like, you made yourself head to toe. Not no other man. Nobody. You did that. From the pieces that he left you on the floor, you picked them up and build yourself up.
But then you have to remember, because you are going to move on to a new relationship. And if you do see certain things that you don't like, stop it right there. You don't have to stay with that person.
Stop it right there. It's going to be reliving your same cycle. Literally, you have to. Once you see your first sign, if it's something that you're okay, I can tolerate that a little bit. But if it gets to be like 2-3 things, you gotta learn. Okay, that's not it. That's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, honestly. And then it's kind of like, I feel like God bring people back into your life, but they just look totally different. To see that you even realize.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, did you even learn your lesson?
Did you get what I sent you?
Right.
I brought you the same exact person. He just looked different. Now that's deep.
That's deep.
Especially when you like been 2 years away from a toxic relationship, and now he brings you somebody different, and of course you're like, well, yeah, I built myself back up. I got this, and that. I ain't gonna fall for that. And you find yourself falling again.
But wait, it's a difference from building yourself up, but did you give yourself time to forgive yourself? I feel like that's number one. Like, you have to accept that you went through this. Accept that you were heartbroken. Accept that he did you wrong. But you know your worth. Did you forgive yourself? If you didn't forgive yourself and you're trying to move on to a new relationship, it's just, I feel like it's not going to work.
That is so deep.
It's not going to work.
Because most girls, honestly, they just they jump back into something because somebody's showing them something different. So they jump into this.
Or they need somebody to love.
And they need somebody to love them. And now this man has helped build you. So once he do something, who are you gonna be?
You're done.
You're not gonna be anything.
You're gonna be broken all over again.
Broken all over again. That's why it's vital that you forgive and you build yourself up before you step into anything. If you want to talk to you, not right now. We rebuilding.
And it's okay to have, if you need right 2 years to go through the process of healing. Like, it doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as you love yourself, you forgive yourself, you know your worth, nothing else matters.
Cause then like when he, like what Shar said, when you go back into another relationship and then have time to heal, and he building you up. When he leave you, he taking everything that he came with, everything that he put into you, he taking with him because you allowed him to build you up.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're sitting there in your house, heartbroken again. Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find definitions of what it's worth.
Right.
I got a question. So, what helped y'all, or what was it? Say, okay, even if it's one that you left or are still in, what was it that you said to yourself once you realized you was in a toxic relationship? What helped you leave, or what helped you get over the toxic relationship stage?
Me personally, I had to be at my lowest point to realize, like, this is not, to where my health was involved. Like, this is not healthy. This cannot be healthy. Like, if someone loves you truly and deeply, and sometimes men or women are young and dumb, and they don't value what they have in front of you. So it's like you can't, I don't want to say you can't blame them, but you do got to hold them accountable.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it took me being at my lowest point to be like, no. And it don't matter. I had people from left and right telling me, like, Marcia, you know, you're beautiful. You need to be confident. You can move on from this. Like, this is not the end. But that didn't matter.
You had to feel that. You had to make a decision for yourself. And I feel like if somebody love you, it's going to hurt them to see you hurt.
Yeah.
So they're going to do whatever in their power to not hurt you if they truly love you.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. I feel like what made me be like, okay, like I gotta go. My first of all, my safety was on the line. My mental was on the line. Me being spiritual, everything that was in me was on the line. And then also, like I feel like I didn't even know myself anymore.
Yeah.
I looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't even know who eyeballs are these. Like, who am I? I did not know. I was a zombie walking around. I feel like I didn't have, like, no soul left in me.
What?
So everything was on the line. Yeah, it just everything was on the line, and I wanted better. Like, I didn't want to feel like that anymore.
Yeah.
So that made me change because I wanted something different.
And for me, one day I sat in my dorm room and I just started laughing. And I was just like, it's no way somebody gonna treat me this way.
Man.
It's no way.
Man.
I'm going to allow somebody to treat me this way. And that was the day before I stopped dealing with the person that I was dealing with. It was the day before. And I prayed that night too. And that was literally the day before. I said those two things to myself. And I refused to ever be treated like that again.
Yeah.
Right.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I don't want to say what advice can y'all give them, but what's something you do now or you did in the past that helps you each and every day? Like for me, I created a wall in my bathroom with different positive notes like I am beautiful, I am a queen, I will graduate, I will be successful. Like that helps me, that comforts me, that gives me like a reality check. Like Marcia, you know who you are. Don't lose focus. So what is something that helps y'all, that y'all do right now or have done in the past?
That's what I do. I do post-its.
Yes,
on my bedroom wall, on my bedroom
and
wall.
I actually got that from you.
Yeah.
When we was talking the other day, I got that from you.
Yeah. So
I actually like really want to start doing it. I just never made it to the store to get the stuff. But I really, really want to start doing that. But for me, I feel like I watch sermons. I watch a lot of sermons. I watch Keon Henderson and T.D. Jakes. I watch them two because them are the two that helped me really out of a toxic relationship, honestly. So I watch like 5 sermons just straight. Close my door and watch 5 sermons and like look up tips on like you are beautiful. Like just reading scriptures like that and stuff. And that's what I would do. Like sermons really helped me a lot.
I feel like it's so important to do something for yourself, like post-its or look up different things, because I'm not going to say, well, okay, I lose focus sometimes, or I'll be like, I get off track, and I need something to put me back on track. Like, the post-its really help me. Like, I wake up every day, I read it. Before I go to bed, I read it. and it sticks within me. Like, okay, I
Yeah.
can do this. I will do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And then, like, what helps me to not reframe or deal with that ever again is, yes, I have forgiven, but I have not forgotten.
Yeah.
So God do stuff for a reason, and those memories will never fade. Going through something so traumatic in your life, it will always be in the back of your head, and so you can figure out the signs, and when you see it in somebody else. So I feel like having those memories is what keep me pushing. I've came so far, too far to go backwards. I refuse to go backwards. I can only see what's in front of me. So I feel like having those memories is what keep me striving.
I was reading a post. It said, "Don't go back to a level you graduated from."
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally reading that last night. I said, "Wow," because I'm kind of going through just a little bit things that's making me like my attitude. My attitude is making me want to go back to where I really graduated from. And that right there is a problem for me. But also, like, what did y'all do when y'all got out of the relationship? Like, the toxic relationship. What did you do to better yourself? Because I know for me, like, I had a me day. Every payday was my me day. I go to the, get my nails done, get my hair done, and I have some wine in my water cup. Getting my nails done, relaxing, put my phone, do not disturb. Just them few little hours was for me.
How can I say it? After, like, I got out of that situation, I had days where I fell back down, and I was just like, oh, maybe I can't do this. Like, maybe it was me. But I really had to dig deep, which is what I'm doing currently right now, trying to dig deep within myself and truly figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Like, and reflect on the past. What went wrong?
Yeah.
So
I thought you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
The first step is really being honest with yourself. Honestly. But I don't want any girls to feel bad for being in a toxic relationship because we all been through that. And also, like, you don't obviously see when you first meet him, oh, he's toxic.
Right.
No, you probably go fall in love first, do all these things, and then it probably got toxic or whatever the situation is. So every girl in a toxic relationship, do not feel bad. We're not saying to leave. We're not saying it's a good thing to be in it or a bad thing. We just sharing you guys like our experience.
And what we are saying is know your worth. I don't care if it's a boyfriend, if it's friends, family. It is so important to know who you are and to love yourself unconditionally. That's one thing a couple years ago I lacked at. That's what I was going to ask you, like, did y'all ever get to the point where, like, y'all, I know hate is a strong word, but y'all, like, hated yourself for being in that relationship, for letting yourself get depressed, for all those type of things?
I didn't, honestly.
I didn't.
I got to that point where I was just so mad at myself. But then I had to move on. Yeah. And accept all that stuff.
And then for me to answer your question, for what I did, I got a black composition journal. And every day I wrote everything that transpired in the situation that I was in. Every toxic thing he did. I mean, everything. I still got it to this day. And the last thing to, like, finish it off, I wrote a poem to him. I never read it to him, but I wrote a poem expressing what he put me through and how I felt. And that basically, like, closed my journey of the toxic relationship that I was in.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This was our girl talk, and we got deep. This can probably go a little bit longer, honestly.
Could.
Because now we're on to something. But make sure you guys come back to our channel. Please make sure you like and comment.
And subscribe to our channel.
Yes. And lastly,
please.
I cannot stress enough to love yourself. Take days out for yourself. Care for yourself. Put yourself first. Be selfish.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
Be selfish.
We promote
selfish season.
self-worth. Yeah. That is what we promote.
Most definitely. See ya.